right. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let's begin. Let's sit tall and straight. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything you need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So now let's come to standing. So let's begin with a breathing for inner healing. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart, the arms in front of the body, the wrists the height of the shoulders. On the inhale, breathe from the heart right up to the crown. 2, 3, 4, pull the healing energy right up to the crown. 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention at the breath at the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Imagine all the impurities draining out of the arms, just like water running out of the tap. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again from the heart right up to the crown. Attract all the healing energy up there through your attention. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the crown, make it available to all beings everywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale again, expel all the impurities out through the arms along with the breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time from the heart up to the crown, breathe in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the crown. Imagine all beings tapping into the healing energy. Exhale out the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now bring the arms down now. And let's continue with sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, just to warm the body up. Come to the front of the mat. Bring the hands to the heart center. Offer up all the fruits of the practice. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So imagine that we're moving all together as one, like a school of fish, to deliver benefits to all. Raise your arms up overhead, reach up and back, fold down. Bend your knees if you need to bring hands flat on the ground. Right foot back into lunge, sink down to the seat, lower down the knee, push the seat in. Come into high plank. Bring the knees down and then the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide between the arms, coming up into cobra. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head, and come all the way back again, the seat behind the heels. Glide forward, tug at the ground with your hands as you're trying to pull the floor towards you to propel yourself more forward with more ease and power. Come all the way back one last time. the seat behind the heels. Brush the nose, the ground as you come forward. Lift the chest, open up the chest at the same time. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back, melt the heart. Then step the right foot to the hands. If it feels difficult, lower the knee down. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, use the right hand to step the foot forward. Push the seat in again. And then bring the feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up over the head. Move according to your condition. And come all the way down. Hands to the ground. Left foot back. Again, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Look up, come into high plank. Lower down the knees, bring the seat again all the way back on the heels. Glide forward again. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that feels natural and comfortable. The breath will follow and deliver ease and steadiness. Come all the way back, seat behind the heels, come forward again, glide between your arms. Roll the shoulders back, bring the head back over the seat. All the way back again, the seat behind the heels. Glide forward smoothly between the arms. Good. Uncoil the spine. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart towards the ground. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Sink down to the seat. Make the modifications as you need to. Good. And then the feet come together. Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. Head down. Come right up to stand. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. And then raise your arms up again. Come down. Imagine this as a divine dance of devotion. Move the body gracefully and fluidly. Right foot back. Sink down to the seat. All the movements reflecting devotion, surrender, and humbleness. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide between your arms. Coming up into cobra. Roll over your shoulders. Roll over the toes. Back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. Here, stay for a moment. Just try to soften the line in the back. Allow the head to sink below the arms, the belly to come towards the thighs, the chest comes towards the ground. Soften the shoulders. Try not to bend the arms. Imagine trying to push the floor away from you with your hands. Good. And then step the right foot forward to the hands. Sink down to the seat. Bring the feet back together. Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. A gesture of humbleness. Come right up to stand, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. And again, reach the arms up, stretch the whole front of the body, create space, approach your true nature, which is boundless, limitless. Bow down in own humbleness. Left foot back, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Come forward into cobra, roll the shoulders back. Here, just see if you can pulse a little bit in this pose. You can see, you can imagine you have a hinge at the tops of your legs and bend your body back as you try to fold your body in half. Pull the shoulders back, telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Good. And then roll over your toes all the way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, soften the heart here. Imitate the dog who's loyal to its master. Just embrace all the qualities of that dog. Look to the hands and bring the left foot forward. Step the foot between the hands. Sink down to the seat. Good. And bring the feet back together. Again, bow to the legs, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to stand, reach up and back. And then hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up. Go down gracefully into Uttanasana. From here, right foot back, sink down to the seat. Good. And then come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward into the cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. And bring the right leg all the way up and back. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch the right leg way up over your head. And then step the foot between the hands. From here, come onto your fingertips. Inhale, push the hips forward. Exhale, pull the seat away from the ground. Tuck your chin. Imagine trying to push the belly button through the lower back and the heart between the shoulder blades. Inhale again, sink down. Arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Come up high up off your heel. One more time. Press back through the heels, sink through the hips. Shoulders back, chest wide. Exhale, upper back wide. And then from here, left foot steps means the right. Pull the body down onto your legs. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home, hands to the heart. And then raise the arms up over the head. Go down gracefully, Uttanasana. Good. Left foot back first this time. Sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Lower down, knees, chest, and forehead to the ground. Glide forward into the cobra. Roll the shoulders all the way back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Good. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. And again, these exercises. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale. Push your seat all the way forward towards the front heel. Push the shoulders back. Exhale, round the back. Imagine trying to push the heart right up to your shoulder blades. Round your back. Inhale again. Sink down to the seat. Shoulder blades come towards one another. Exhale, round the back. Feel the shoulder blades coming away from one another. One more time. Sink down to the seat. Arch the back. Lengthen the whole front of the body. Now from here, tuck your chin in and slide the right foot in to meet the left. Pull the body down onto your legs. Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs, head down. Good. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. We'll continue with Shiva Namaskara now. Salutation to Shiva. May Shiva protect us and guide us through all the practice and bestow upon us the fruits of knowledge. And may we always have a strong desire for that knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. Raise your arms up over the head. Reach up and back. Fold down, Uttanasana. So from here, bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Land your belly on your thighs. You can take hold of your opposite elbows here and pull them down so they're right beside your heels, or try to get them beside your heels. Your chest comes right onto your knees. If your legs are straight, you can try to bring your forehead to your shins. Push your seat up. If you can't straighten your legs without detaching your body from the legs, no matter. Just do your best. It's the effort that's more important. Good. Now release the hands. Right foot back. Lower the knee down. Come up here. Kapiyasana. So you can do a few modifications if you like. You can start with your elbows, taking hold of your opposite elbows and pushing your head into your arms. Lean back as though you're resting on your back on the beach. Pull the torso further by the hips. Good. Sink your seat all the way forward. If you want now, you can extend your arms. Elbows stay beside your head. Crescent moon. Think of a crescent moon shape and make your body look like that shape that you see in your imagination. Reach all the way up and back. Good. Beautiful. And then come down here. Actually, not come down. Lift up here. Slide your left foot in. Open up to your left, your right, Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms outstretched and tip down. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Shoulder stays with your knee. Now, if you know how to take a bind, you can go ahead, or you can even take a half bind. You can slip your right hand behind your back, slip your hands in the just between your body and your leg. Use your left hand to roll the left side outwards. Pull the right shoulder back. Try to get your chest completely open to the side of the mat, long side. Now from here, release. Come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide between your arms again. Coming up into cobra. Shoulders roll all the way back. The head goes over your seat. Feet together like the tail of a snake. Good. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back, not the heart. Allow the line in the back to soften. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Again, Kapiyasana. Bring your seat down nice and low towards front heel. You can take hold of your opposite elbows to start and pull the body by the hips. Imagine trying to drive the body right up out of the hips by lifting your elbows up a little bit more. And feeling as though your arms are attached to your everything inside. And lean back away from the leg in front. And if you want to come into full expression of pose, you can bring your hands together in Kali Mudra. Index fingers together, radiate your inner light. Beautiful. Nice crescent-shaped moon. And from here, come back upright, press into the front knee, bring the right foot in, turn to your left, arms out to the side. And then Sukha Trikonasana. Right hand down, left arm up. Left shoulder in line with the right one, the right shoulder against the knee. And if you want, you can take your left hand behind the back, slip it in between your body and your leg, and use the left hand to roll the thigh outwards. Try to get your chest completely open. Good. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. And then from here, release. Come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide forward again into the cobra. Try to realize the shapes exactly as you see them in your mind. The serpent. Pretend you're the serpent, having that boundless range of motion. Be regal and wise and cool like the serpent as well. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back, melt the heart. And then step the left foot forward to the hands. Bend the front knee, Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up. If it's too much, if you can't turn your hip all the way square, you can lift the back heel up if you like. Keep a nice straight line from the base of the spine right up to your fingertips. Allow your head to drop back. Look up as though in devotion. That's it. Stay strong like the warrior, like the mighty warrior. Good. Lose yourself in the consciousness of a warrior. Now turn to your right to Virabhadrasana 2. Strong stance here. Keep the shoulders down. From here, Parsvakonasana. You can either rest your forearm on that left thigh, the right arm goes over the head, open up here, or if you want, you can take your left hand to the ground. If you have more flexibility. Drop your seat, make sure your right side of the seat's not sticking up. Keep it in line, drop it a little bit, sink it down so that from the foot to the hand, one straight, unbroken line of energy. Good. Reach a little bit further with the next inhale. Then from here, look forward, circle the right hand down and bring the right knee down. Slide the left foot in a little bit. Bend the toes under. Inhale, raise the right arm up. Angle the toe and knee towards the right. And see if you can take your arm to the outside of the leg. Left hand pushes down into the right. Inhale, raise the body up, the belly higher than the thigh as the hands come down from the center of the chest. Exhale. Push the center of the chest towards the thumbs. Keep rolling your left shoulder back until your chest and face are straight up. Eventually, it looks like maybe you're lying on your back. Good. Hands center at the heart. Push your heart forward towards the thumbs. That's it. So from here, you have the option of going into bound easy Trikonasana. Bend the toes under, lift the back knee, spin on your feet so they're facing long edge of the mat, and you keep your hands where they are, your elbow against the outside of the knee. Try to keep your hands centered in front of the heart. Try to raise the right hip up so the right leg straightens. If you can't get your left leg straight, no big deal. Eventually, just keep on trying, push the left hip up, eventually maybe the leg will straighten. Good. Now from here, from wherever you are, release, roll your way up, come back into warrior 2. Look towards the front, sink down to the seat again. Good. Left foot in front. All the movements graceful. Then from here, bring the hands down to the ground in front. Move the left foot out to the long edge of the mat. Push back and forth, scooch back and forth. Try and get your hips to drop with each pass. Each time you move back and forth, you feel as though the hips were attracted to the ground, like they're being pulled there by a strong magnet. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. Roll to the right so you can get the right forearm and the right side of the hip to anchor down. Roll to your left so you can get your left forearm down. Make sure your knee's not falling away from your shoulder. Keep your knee close to your shoulder. Now keep tugging at the floor as you're trying to pull the floor towards you. Pull the chest forward. Be like a lizard, sunning itself on the warm earth. Try to make your profile as low as possible. Good. Keep telescoping your chest forward. The longer you make yourself, the lower you eventually the body gets to the ground. Nice. And then come back onto the hands. If you're on your elbows, come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. This time, if you like, cobra, or if you like, you can lift your knees up off the ground, your hips up off the ground, come into upward facing dog. Push your shoulders back. Raise your nose up, make as though you're howling at the moon like a dog. Imitate again, copy the form on all levels. Try to see yourself in a form. Then roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, soften, line the back, like a dog stretching its back. And then bring the right foot forward to the hands. Back foot flat. Or if you need to, lift the back heel so you can square off your hips. Come into warrior one. Reach up high. Take your head back. This pose says, I'm yours into your service. Grant me higher devotion. And then transition to warrior two. Sink down to the seat. Stay long and strong. If you're more flexible, you can try to drop your seats a little bit lower so your knee comes over the toe. Nice. Make sure your knee's not popping inward. Turn the knee out so it's over the heel. There you go. And then from here, Paschimottanasana, you can bring the forearm to the right leg. The left arm goes over the head. Or if you can bring your hand down to the ground or to a block if your hand doesn't quite reach, but you're almost there. Pull the left shoulder back. Make sure that you open up the chest towards the sky again. Good. Extend, extend. Nice line. And then from here, looking down towards the front, roll towards the front, back knee down. Right foot comes in and make your way up. So now your legs look like a box. You bend, the toes are bent under in the back foot for balance. Left arm up. Inhale, reach up. We'll do it this way. You can see ankle of toe and knee towards the left. So the armpit's resting on the outside of the leg, close to the knee. Right hand pushes into your left and push down, right hand to the left so the belly comes higher than the thigh, and roll the right shoulder again all the way back. So each inhale, pull the right side of the hip back, extend the head forward to lengthen the spine before you twist on the exhale a little bit deeper. Good. And then if you want to come into Sukha, easy bound triangle, bend, just press the knee up off the ground on the left leg. Spin towards the long edge of the mat, feet are parallel, and your hands again stay in place in front of the heart. Try to get the left leg straight, pushing the left hip up and back. If the right leg straightens, great. If it doesn't, great. No worries, just do your best. Don't worry about the results. Then from here, release if you're in whichever pose you're in. Roll up and then come back into warrior two. Your right foot in front. Sink down to the seat. Shoulders down. Good. Beautiful, graceful transitions. The witness is always watching the body moving. And then turn to the front. Hands spin down to the mat. Right foot moves out towards the long edge of the mat. Again, just scooch back and forth. Try to get your hips lower and lower with each pass. This way. And And then push back to the left heel one more time. Lower the knee down. See if you can roll to your left a little bit. Maybe your hip can come more onto the ground, maybe even the forearm. And then roll back to your right. See if you can get the right forearm down, or just stay in the right hand. If it doesn't come all the way down, and just keep pulling your chest forward. Imagine the hand of God on the back of the heart, just encouraging you to just soften underneath the touch, that divine touch. Maybe the chest will eventually come down. If it doesn't, again, just don't worry about it. Just keep visualizing yourself in that form. And then perhaps one day the body will obey. Now we're going to come back onto the hands. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. Knees, chest, forehead down. Slide right through into the cobra, or if you like, again, upward facing dog. Hips away from the ground, shoulders back. Make sure you don't lose your neck. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. And back gracefully into downward facing dog. Good. Now bring the left foot forward. Back knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapiyasana again. Raise your arms up. If you want to get a little bit more open the shoulders, see if you can rock your shoulders back and forth. Pull the arms back. Imagine the index fingers landing over the back toe. If they don't worry about it. Just imagine. You can only go as far as your imagination, so cultivate a boundless one. And then the body will realize even more. Nice. And then release. Come back down. Bring back into plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. One more time. Upward facing dog. You're trying through these poses to make the spine supple and strong, so it can be a better conduit of energy, to deliver energy to everywhere in the body more efficiently. Roll over your toes, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, you can bounce the chest a little bit, try to get your head closer, or maybe right on the ground. Push the seat up and back. And then look to the hands, right foot forward this time. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapiyasana again, bring your arms up. Rock the shoulders back and forth. Each time, each repetition brings you closer and closer to that shape that you want to realize, to realizing the form in every way possible. Be one with the form. And then you find the quietness in the mind when the body finds the ease in the form. Beautiful, ladies. And bring the hands back down. Step the left foot underneath the right. Chest against the thighs, and from here you can do any version of Uttanasana you want. You can just press your hands against the calves and pull your body against the legs. Opposite elbows again, whichever one you want to do. Perhaps you'll eventually step on your fingers with your heels, and the top of the head will come right close to the feet. The chest going beyond the knees. Lengthen the spine, that's it, good. Nice. Now we're going to come all the way up. Raise your arms up over the head. Press the hips forward, arch back, and bring the hands back to the heart. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Let go of all expectations, all attachments and results. And release. Okay, so now we'll try some postures, bouncing poses here. Actually, but first before we do that, take the hands up in Kali Mudra again. Interlace the fingers and then index fingers together and bend to your left. Push your hips out towards the right. Try to do it without making folds in the underside of the body. Stretch the right side. Good. Then coming back, go to the other side. Lean to the right. Push your hips and ribs out of the left side of the body. Like you're trying to make your body look like a crescent moon. And then coming back up. So from here, we're going to bring the right foot up. Take the foot on the thigh somewhere for lotus, or if you have a lotus, you can do a lotus. You can bring the foot in front of the hip crease and drop the knee down if you have the flexibility to do that. Otherwise, just push your foot against the inseam of the leg, and then you can imagine the branches of the tree and rise up tall. Anchor down through that left foot. Spread the toes like they're the roots of the tree that's supporting you. Good, turn your knee out to the side. Be strong and steady like the tree. Good, and now release the right knee, take hold of the foot, and then pull it back. The thighs together, the heel close to the seat, left arm up. Push the chest right up. You can look up towards the sky. You can stay here if you like. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can soften your left knee a little bit. Come into dancer. You can push the foot away from the body. Engage the muscles below and above the knee. Good. That's it. And then come back up. Release. If you don't realize a pose, don't worry about it. Just do your best. Remain unconcerned, unjudging. Now, with the right foot as your base, as your base, place your left foot against the thigh somewhere. Just not against the knee, either below or above. And again, you can keep your hands at the heart or raise them up high. If you find the balance, you can change your focus point to up, high. As though you're trying to say to the sun, fill me up with your light and warmth, make me more resplendent in my offerings. Good. Now release the left foot, bring it in front so you can take hold of the ankle more easily and just pull it up and back. Thighs together and your elbows behind your back. Raise your right arm up. And you can this is perfectly fine to stay here. Keep growing tall. If you want to try to come into dancer, you can bend your right leg a little bit, lean forward, and start to push your foot away from your body, and then you can straighten out your standing leg. It helps if you just focus your attention on a point. Try not to move. That's it. You can bring your hand on a wall in front of you. It's all good. That's it, nice. And then break the pose, come back down. Good. Now from here, come to the front of the mat. Bring your arms up. You can either keep your hands together or join together. Fierce pose. Drop your seat down. Arch your back. Scoop up the back. Look up. Either between your hands or just on the lines of the index fingers. Be fierce in the pose. Fierce determination to stay in a pose without changing the temperament. The temperament remains undisturbed and calm. If you want to challenge yourself, lift your heels up. Good. And now, if you can, if your heels are up, try to stay up off your heels and come down. Bring your hands to the ground, and from here, separate your knees a little bit more. I'll do it this way so you can see. And really squeeze your shoulders against your your elbows, not your elbows, your knees against your upper arms, close to the shoulders. And then transfer your weight forward from your heels, your palms, to the base of your fingers to the finger pads. Grip tightly the floor with your finger pads. And then straighten your arms. Your seat comes, your knees come up, keep squeezing the arms, the shoulders, and your head comes up. Make sure your head's higher than the seat. And you can just rock back up off onto your heels and come up again. Lift your heels up off the ground, come forward and up with your head. And if you have your legs anchored firmly against your arms, right down to your ankles, almost. So you can flick your toes up, even just one foot at a time. coming into Kakasana, crow pose. Okay, so that's it. Only according to your comfort level. If you bend your toes back, hold your breath, that engages your core muscles. Yeah, and that's it. And then your feet will come up off the ground. You can hold it a little bit more easily. That's it. There you go. Good. Press against the arms one more time with your shoulders, with your knees. Lift up, keep pushing firmly into the ground. Straight arms, and see if you can flick your toes up, away from the ground. Hold your breath as you do that. And maybe that's the idea. Okay? Good. And then come back down. From here, child's pose. So just lower your seat and bring this in variation. Bring your arms out in front. Slide your arms forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Let go of all fatigue. And then slowly roll your way up. Good. Sukha Gomukhasana. Bring the right arm up. Inwardly rotate the arms, the eye, and the elbows facing back. Take the left hand up to the elbow. Push it up higher, and then push it further back behind the head. So the fingers travel right down the center of the back. And then you can keep in this pose here. Just keep on trying to push your heart. Imagine trying to pull yourself up from behind. Or you can take your left arm down, roll the head and shoulder forward, and snake your left arm up your back. If you can take your bind, go ahead. Or you can use a strap if you like, if you can't reach all the way, but you're close. And then see if you can pull your elbows in the same line with your head centered between the elbows. Inhale, push the body up a little bit higher from behind. Imagine you're trying to raise a heart up from behind. Exhale, ground down to the seat. Sink the shoulders down. Don't let the body fall into your hips. Keep your spine tall and straight. Good. And then release. Tuck your chin in. Bring the elbow down. Shake up the arms a little bit. The other side. Left arm up. And we rotate the arm again. Put the elbow up nice and high and bend the hand down the back. Push the elbow up a little bit higher so that when the elbow goes further back, the fingers walk a little bit further down between the shoulder blades. And if you want, again, you can take your bind with the other hand. Inhale. Keep lifting up with each inhale. The chest rises up with each exhale. Pull the hands down further. Sink the shoulders without allowing the body to drop into your hips. Try not to hunch or slump. Stay tall. And from here, release, tuck the chin in and relax. Shake out the shoulders again. Now from here, you have a choice. If you know headstand, you can come into headstand. If you if you need to modify, it's totally fine. You can bring your head down in front of your knees. Lift your seat. Try to get your seat over your knees. If it's too much pressure, you just bring your head forward a little bit so you're on the top of the head, not so much on the back of the head. So again, do according to what is accessible to you. If you want to try teddy bear, it's very much like crow, same kind of setup. You slide your hands back. You want to have your hands in line with your elbows, so your arms are at right angles, so your head and your hands form a triangle. Your heels, your palms beside your knees. Then lift your seat up, walk your feet forward, try to get your seat directly over your shoulders, and then just push your knees just underneath against your elbows. Push into your hands, hold your breath again. Try to pull your toes away from the ground. And you're in an inversion. You're in the starting position of a headstand. Good. If you know other modifications that's better for you, coming onto forms, that's good too. Beautiful, Meryl. That's everybody beautiful. That's it. Beautiful, everyone. That's it, Jacqueline. All right. Now, Slowly with control, make your way down. Soften as you come down. With control, come down fluidly and gracefully. Rest here, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Even offer up these moments of rest between the poses. The practice is an ideal balance between strength and drive, effort with softness and surrender. Now take your arms in front and then slide again between your arms, coming up into Cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Uncoil like the snake. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Now from here, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands. Jump between your hands, coming into a squat. Or walk. And then your fingers are just dangling down, loose, wrists loose. And then lower down slowly. And as you come down, your seat comes right behind your heels. Tuck your chin in if you feel comfortable. Push into your arms and send your feet back behind your head. Try to move your shoulders back a little bit more so your arms are completely behind your body. If you're looking from front, you can't see your arms anymore. And then you can place your hands on your mid-back, fingers facing up towards the ceiling. And if you feel comfortable, you can raise one leg at a time, coming into shoulder stand, or come up halfway. Perhaps your legs are not all the way up, it's okay. You rest your seat in your hands, your legs stay at an angle. Totally fine. Don't go to a place of pain, don't go to a place of anxiety or distress. This is not what you want to transmit. And once you find a pose, leave the body by itself. That's it. Try to bring your elbows right behind your back. Move the elbows closer in towards one another if you can. That's it. Concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. Now from here, keeping your legs straight if you can, but if you need to bend them, it's all good. Just hinge at your hips and try to bring your feet down behind your head, plow pose. If your feet don't touch down all the way, keep your hands on your back, push gently into this the lower back near the seat, and maybe your feet will come down further. Don't force. So again, be mindful of your limitations. And you can keep your legs extended, or if you want, you can drop your thighs down onto your chest and your knees beside your head on the shoulders. Karnapidasana. Try to go deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. You are none of these. Be nice and still. Now bring your hands flat on the ground behind the back. Start to roll your way down. So we're going to try to come right into boat pose here. So once your seat comes down, push into your arms and sit up. You can bend your knees if you like. You don't have to, you can keep your knees bent so your shins are on the same line as the floor. Or if you can, you can keep your legs straight, arms extend by the sides of the legs. Breathe very fast through nose like a sniffing dog. Good, now bring the feet back down. And from here, you have a few options. You can cross your ankles if you like, more like the shins. Hold on to the feet. And once your back's on the ground, you lift your head a little bit so you can keep your feet tucked right underneath your seat. And then lift up on the, push into your elbows, lift your chest up off the ground, the knees might come down, and then bring the top of the head down. Your back is arched. If it's too much, you do regular fish. Your hands underneath the seat, your legs can be extended. Charge the legs. Your chest is still high, the top of the head on the ground, fish pose. And again, breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. Lower down onto your back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Good. Now come to seated position any which way you like. You can roll onto your side, you can sit up, whatever's appropriate for you. Let's try Tadasana. So bring the soles of your feet together, knees drop out to the side, and then from here, reach forward. Interlace your fingers underneath the palms of the feet, the index fingers pressed together, the thumbs crossed over the big toes. Bring your seat back a little bit. Inhale, pull your body forward, your elbows in line with one another, and then maybe, if you can bring your forehead down to rest on your feet. If you have a block handy, if your head doesn't come all down all the way, you can place a block right between your feet and try to press your forehead on top of the block. Now from above, it should look like a 6-pointed star. Your elbows and your knees form the side points. The base of the spine and the index fingers pointed, pressed together, form the top and bottom points. All the attention at the base between the space and the spine. Feel the spine lengthening from its source. Soften the shoulders. And then inhale, make your way back up. Bring your left leg out in front, straightened, and then bring your right leg up. Marichyasana. So make sure you have a wide hand span between the foot and the left leg. Your edge of the foot's in line with the hip, maybe a little bit even further out. Sit forward a little bit. Raise right arm up. Inhale, reach forward. Try to get your shoulder beyond the knee, away from the knee. And roll ahead the shoulder inward. Take your right arm behind your, around the side of the body. Left hand comes around. Maybe your hands join together behind the seat. If not, just keep your right hand pressing into the right hip, and you can take your left hand to your left foot on the outside and pull your body down. Okay, so if this is too much, you can do Janu Shirshasana with the foot against the inseam of the leg, your knee just on the ground, and pull your body down on your leg. This is an option here if you like. Good. Move the foot out a little bit so the knee doesn't fall away from the shoulder. If the knee is close to the shoulder, it's easier to take the bind and keep the bind. Hold your breath if you need to when you're trying to take the bind. It might make it a little bit easier. Again, stretch forward from the base of the spine all the way to the crown. Imagine you can touch the top of the head to the front of the foot. Then from here, release. Try it on the other side now. Your left foot up, your knee close to the shoulder. Move the foot out so it's on the outside edge of the hip. Sit forward a little bit. Raise the left arm up. Hinge forward, way forward. Shoulder rolls forward and inward. And then take your left hand around the side. Either hold on to your hip, or if you take your right hand around, maybe you'll find your hands and you can join them together. Inhale, reach forward, telescope the chest forward. Exhale, bow down. The head down, the eyes downcast. This is an expression of humbleness, surrender. It's too much again. Janu Shirshasana, the foot, sole foot against the inseam of the legs, your left thigh on the ground. You can do this version. sit back up. Good. So from here, cross your ankles, come onto your knees. Stand on your knees, provide extra cushioning if you need to. So Ustrasana is next. If you can't reach your feet easily, you can bend your toes up. So let's start with the toes bent under actually. Your heels are up higher. And then press your hands into your seat. Lean back. So you can get the right hand on the right heel. Left hand on the left heel. And then bring the heels together. Lock the big fingers together. Push your hips all the way forward like you're going to fall on your thighs any moment. And bring your chest up. Your head drops back. This rabbit pose. Keep your toes bent under. Make sure you don't fall forward on your thighs. So keep pressing into your base, your toes. Keep pulling on your heels. Your thumb and your index finger around the heel. The thumb on the inside, the index finger on the outside of the foot. Then from here, lean back a little bit so your shoulders come back over your heels, and then bring one hand, the right hand to the right side of the seat, left hand to the left side of the seat, and push yourself back up. Good. Now from here, if you like, you can do the same thing again, or flatten your toes this time. Lean back again, shoulders come back behind your feet, and then see if you can take the right hand to your sole of the foot, left hand to sole of the foot, and press your hips forward. Your hips over your knees, your chest very high, like the top of the hump of a camel's back. Allow the head to drop back all the way. Good. To come out of the pose, right hand on the right side of the seat, push into the seat, left hand on the left side of the seat, push in and pull down at the same time and roll your way back up. From here, just come into child's pose for a moment. Rest your belly on your thighs, the forehead to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Then roll your way up. Swing your legs around to the front. Left leg extended, right foot on the outside of the left leg. And then the right hand behind the back. Just behind the back, make sure it's not leaning back. By bringing your hand far away, keep it right against the heel palm, right against the base of the spine. Left arm up and push the forearm against the outside of the thigh. Inhale, lift to the chest, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, revolve around the right arm that's behind your back. Imagine you can see right through the skin at the spine, revolving, spiraling upwards. You're trying to push the knee away from further beyond the left edge of the body. Then coming back, other side. The right leg goes the outside of the left leg goes out to the right side of the left. The left leg goes on the outside of the right leg, the left hand behind the back. Right arm up, and push against the thigh, and turn your chest to your left all the way. Shoulders down, back stays straight and keeps growing longer and higher. The chest comes up higher, the spine grows longer. And then release, come back to seated position in a comfortable pose. So now, just concentrate on the space between the eyebrows for a moment. Take all your attention there. We're going to do the sound sun, S-U-N. Concentrate on the vibrations produced by the end sound to imagine that those vibrations are strong enough to dislodge all the impurities from wherever they're sitting in the body and send them right out of the body. through the bloodstream. So all those impurities go out to the bloodstream and eventually get carried out of the body. Your attention, again, space between the eyebrows. Inhale. Sun. Once again. Sun. Bring your attention out to the crown. The sound is sum this time, S-U-M. Again, concentrate on the vibration produced by the lat part of the sound, the M part of the sound, to help promote mental sharpness and clarity. Inhale, fix your attention on the crown. Sum. One more time, inhale. Sum. Now the mind sharp and clear and completely open and spacious. Lie down on the back. Make your way down gently. Close your eyes. The mind still sharp. We cultivate our imagination and that sharpness of mind through visualizations. The more imagination you have, the more you can realize for yourself. So just follow the instructions to promote that creativity of the mind, and also to bring about relaxation to the body. From the left toes, inhale all the way up through the left side of the body, from the left leg all the way up to the spine, to the crown. Exhale all the way back down the spine. Feel the whole left side of the body sinking down, becoming heavy. Right down to the ankle, right back down to the toes. From the right toes, inhale up the right foot, all the way up the right leg, and then up through the spine to the crown. Follow the breath. Exhale down the same path. Feel the right side body getting very heavy, the right side of the seat, all the way down the right leg, right even to the foot, and then the toes just hanging lifelessly off the foot. From the left fingertips, inhale up through the hand, through the left arm, right up through the shoulder to the collarbone, then up the neck to the crown, to the head to the crown. Exhale down the same path. Feel the left side of the head getting heavy, the left shoulder, left arm, so heavy it feels dead, sinking into the ground. Fingers go limp. From the right fingertips, inhale up through the hand, up through the arm, right up through the collarbone, through the neck, up to through the head and to the crown. Exhale the same way down, right side of the head gets heavy, right shoulder, top, and then top part of the arm, bottom part of the arm, right down to the hand, to the fingers, everything heavy and dead. From the crown, inhale down, all the way down the spine. Then down through the left leg now, left hip first, and then down to the left side. Left leg, right down to the foot. Exhale on the way back to the crown, the same path. Any tension that you feel, any tightness that wasn't resolved the first time, you took this path. Just let go of all the rest of that fatigue or that tension now, that tightness. From the crown again, take a journey down the spine once again. Down down through the right hip, right leg, right down to the foot, to the toes even. Exhale back the same path, right back to the crown. Along the way, if you notice any tension that wasn't resolved the first time, let it go now. Feel the whole right side of the body getting heavy. Now arms and legs are dead-like, heavy on the ground. From the solar plexus, a source of inner power, inhale that power up through the spine right to the crown, making it available to all beings everywhere. Exhale, travel back down the spine to the solar plexus. So you're clearing out that passage to make it always open, to keep feeding that source, that supply at the crown for all beings. Keep imagining that's a constant supply that you're giving all beings. Now from the fingertips, from the toes, and even through the pores of the skin, inhale in the best of the best. Draw it all the way up through the body, through the legs, through the arms, all the way up through the spine, right to the crown. Exhale back down the spine and out through all areas of the body. Disperse all those benefits, the best that you drew in. Pull it everywhere, out throughout the body. Send it out to the pores, send it out to all beings everywhere. Now from the base of the spine, inhale up through the spine to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. The body feels completely dead and heavy, but the mind is alive, spacious, open. And just keep your mind fixed on the infinite, which is your true nature, boundless in its potential, boundless in its capacity to deliver love and compassion to all beings. For you're not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. You are beyond all that. You are that infinite spaciousness that is the nature of God, which is your nature as well. And then try to see that divine, infinite nature in all beings as well. See all beings as infinitely kind and compassionate and loving. And do whatever you can to be a good role model yourself, so that those who are maybe challenged or having difficulty can take example from you. So now prepare to bring that intention out in the world in your daily lives. Prepare to come back from Shavasana now. Come back to seated position. Move again, mindfully, silently. And once you're seated, sit tall and supreme. Close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within and imagine it going out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day. Thank you